everyone! In this video, I'm going to interview a friend of mine about his thoughts regarding emergency preparedness. So let's welcome him. Hi, so please introduce yourself.
Hello everyone, I am Vince Ian A. Laab, 20 years of age, and I live at Barangay Buhay, General Santos City.
Yes, so my first question is, for you, what is the definition of emergency preparedness?
For me, a definition of emergency preparedness is something that a preparation where we prepare for emergency that may occur any moment, just like earthquake, flood, fire, and so on.
Yes. So my second question is, do you already experience a disaster?
Yes, I experienced a disaster way back when I was grade 12. We are having our interview at the 4th floor of our building, and suddenly earthquake happened and everyone was panicking, and our teacher told us to just stay calm and always put in mind the things that we must do during an earthquake.
So, if so, what do you usually do during that disaster?
During that disaster, I always put in mind to stay focused, stay calm, and always be prepared on the things that are possibly may happen during that disaster.
So, what are your preparation when there are disasters? Before disaster?
So before disaster, our school had this simultaneous earthquake drill every week, once a week, so that students, teachers, and all the staffs of our school should be prepared when disaster may occur.
So, how about during the disaster?
So during the disaster, preparedness, not that much, but I always put in mind to, again, stay calm and be focused on the things that you must do during that moment. And also, I forgot, you should also care about your surroundings because it may harm you in case of emergencies.
So, how about at home? What are your preparations together with your family before disaster?
At home, we always prepare our emergency kits, and we have our emergency bag. That emergency bag contains our important documents such as birth certificates, marriage contracts, and such. So, in case of emergency, isahan lang ang paghanap namin at isahan lang din ang pagkuha namin ng mga bagay na yun.
So, how about during the disaster?
During the disaster, my parents always put in our mind that we always should listen to the news, to reports from the local authorities if in case that storm may happen, or earthquakes, yes, fire, right? So that we could be prepared in that case.
Especially if they said that you must go to a evacuation area.
Yes, that's it.
So next, my last question for you. Why is it important to be always prepared before, during, and after a disaster?
This one is very important because disaster preparedness is a mitigation towards to mitigate the cause of what they call this, casualties. Yes, casualties, and you should always be prepared in case of emergency because a quote once said, "Preparedness is the only way we could combat disaster."
So thank you so much, Mr. Vince.
Thank you also, Desi, for inviting me, and tackle this momentous topic about emergency preparedness.
Yes, thank you so much. And that's all, guys. Bye!
Bye!
Good day everyone, my name is Eugene Bastol and this is my friend. And for this video, magtatanong ako sa kanya ilang mga questions about emergency preparedness. Since wala ngayon dito yung friend ko, pakikinggan na lang natin yung kanyang video pinasilin sa akin about kung ano ba yung thoughts niya about emergency preparedness.
So good afternoon everyone, I am Juliuzar Omadhay and I was asked to be interviewed about emergency preparedness. So what is emergency preparedness? For me, emergency preparedness is all about the capability of a certain individual to be well aware or has the knowledge about the different emergency or disaster occurs in our surrounding and how they are prepared to it. The second question was, what will you do during disaster? So, in my own understanding that there are different response to different disasters, so we must well aware what kind of disaster we are facing. So, but first and foremost, we must stay calm and think properly of what to do next during a certain type of disaster. Next is preparation when there are disasters. So, in most cases, when we are facing a disaster, we must first calm ourselves so that we can think properly what to do next, or the second thing to do next when there are disasters. For example, you are involved fire or a house is in fire, so you must stay calm and think properly first. Look for your family or your other person in the house if they are already outside of the house, or inform the neighborhoods that there is a fire in your house so that they could also seek help or call the Bureau of Fire Protection. Fourth question was, do I have an experience regarding a disaster? So, me as a former Red Cross member, I have already experienced many disasters. First is when we have our house burned in fire. So, what we have done is that we check the person on that specific house where the fire was and open it so that they could go outside, and then we ask for our neighbor to seek help. Then second is the most common disaster occur is the earthquake. So me as part of our family, I am tasked to turn off the main connection of the electricity so that it will not cause another problem when a strong impact of earthquake is occurred. Last is why it is important to know about disasters. So it is important to know about disasters so we are well aware. We know what are the things to do during that specific type of disaster. Because when we are talking about disaster, we are not talking only one disaster, but also we are talking to different kind of disaster. And as I said earlier, that different kind of disaster has also different or have also different kind of response. For example, for upcoming tsunami, our response is to go to high places. For fire, our response is to first go outside and to seek help. For earthquake, first we must turn off the electrical connection of our house. And lastly, disasters such as accident, we must first see or look to those persons who are badly injured. That is why it is important for us to know the different type of disaster, for they have different type of response to be conduct or to be done. Thank you.